We send money home every month, like rent for a second life. He saw the transfer receipt and called it optional with a smile. My chest tightened because duty sounds optional only from the outside. The receipt on the counter. Sometimes one small word can move the whole relationship off balance. Evening sits in our bedroom, and the lamp stays dim and warm. My phone screen glows, and an exchange rate alert slides up quietly. A message from my mother follows, asking about medicine and rent. I sit on the bed edge, shoulders tight, breathing shallow and careful. I open the remittance app, and my thumb hesitates above send. The amount is not huge, but my paycheck already feels thin. I press confirm, and the receipt appears like a clean verdict. I place the phone down like I can hide the weight elsewhere. He comes in with laundry, sees the receipt, and stays casual. He says, "You sent money again?" like it's mandatory every month. I say, "It is monthly," and my voice tries to stay neutral. He says, "But you know it's optional, right?" like calming advice. My stomach turns because optional sounds like selfishness wearing logic. I look away because my eyes feel suddenly hot and embarrassed. I say, "It's not optional for them," and my jaw locks tight. He shrugs slightly, like I'm choosing stress for no reason tonight. The room stays quiet, but my body feels loud and exposed. When optional sounds like irresponsible. The fight is not money first, it is meaning under money. Morning is in the kitchen, and the countertop feels crowded with tasks. The envelope stack leans forward, and my mug sits untouched beside it. He scrolls our budget app, tapping categories like he is organizing peace. He says, "We could save faster if this wasn't automatic each month." I hear automatic as mindless, and shame rises in my throat. I say, "I track it every month," and my voice sounds defensive. He says, "I'm not attacking you," but his tone still feels sharp. I say, "Optional is not a neutral word," and he looks confused. He asks why, and my hands start rubbing the mug rim slowly. I say, "Optional sounds like I'm reckless or addicted to guilt." He says, "I meant optional like a donation," and my chest tightens. I say, "It's not charity, it's family stability," and he pauses. He asks why it must be monthly, and my eyes drop again. I say, "Because bills are monthly," and my voice stays flat. He says, "But what about our future?" and that lands like accusation. I say, "My future includes them," and the air turns heavy. We stop talking because both of us feel misunderstood at once. The second rent nobody sees. In immigrant life, support is love, but love still has limits. Late morning finds me on a work break, sitting near a window. The inbox refreshes, and my pay stub email sits unread like a warning. I open my notes, listing rent, transit, groceries, and debt payments. Then I write home transfer, and my stomach tightens like always. It is not only money, it is time zones and emergencies. It is a cousin's wedding, a parent's illness, and unstable wages. Prices rise here, but they rise there too, in different ways. Some months my family acts calm, and I still send anyway, because calm often means they are protecting me from worry again. I think about siblings who cannot help, and the guilt redirects to me. I think about his childhood, where help was a choice, not survival. When he says optional, he is speaking from his system, not mine. When I hear optional, I hear abandonment dressed as practicality. We are both trying to be safe, but safety has different languages. The system makes it worse. Rent increases, debt interest, and no margin. And love becomes accounting, because accounting is the only control left. I do not want him to feel trapped by my family needs. I also cannot pretend my family needs are just a mood. If we ignore it, it will return as resentment later anyway. A rule we can carry. A solution starts with friction, or it becomes another quiet lie. Evening lands in the hallway, and the light flickers once above us. My keys clink too loudly, and his shoulders lift like he braces. He says, "I hate feeling second to problems we cannot solve." I say, "I hate feeling judged for helping the people who raised me." He exhales, then says, "What if we pause transfers for 3 months?" My throat tightens because pausing feels like gambling with their rent. I say, "I can't do a blind pause," and my hands shake slightly. I give 2 options because feelings need structure to survive. Option 1, a fixed monthly cap placed as a real budget line. Option 2, a smaller baseline plus an emergency add-on we both approve. He asks, "What happens when they ask for more?" and his jaw tightens. I say, "We say no together," and I hold eye contact steadily. He chooses option 2 because it feels safer for our future. I add 1 condition: never call it optional when I look scared. He asks what to say instead, and his voice finally softens. I say, "Ask what the request is and what boundary I need." He nods like he can do that without losing himself. Nothing becomes perfect, but the loneliness stops being private work. I chose a baseline plus approval because love needs limits to last. I chose that because duty is real even when comfort disagrees. There is no perfect split, only what we can carry without breaking. Do you send money home and get judged for needing security? What word hurts most, and what replacement question would feel respectful? Share your rule, and I will help you write it clearly.